Good morning, everybody. This is Jason the Farrier. We are at Lake Powell. We're going to go out and do a little boating and maybe climb up the hole in the rock next couple of days. We got the Booth family with us. Ashton's right there. She's definitely got the most energy out of everybody here. The most excited. Anyways, we love Lake Powell. Our family does. And we've come here at least once, sometimes twice a year, probably for the last 25 years. So what a great place to be. The water's up this year. They had some good snowfall in Colorado and Utah. So we're going to show you some of what we like to do for fun. This is our family vacation. So anyway, we got this nice boat right there. We're going to put it in the water here in a little bit and have some fun, burn some gas.
Let's go put the tube back, and they want to ride over to the cave. There's a stick though. That's cool. Go! Do you hear more people?
So this place is called the Hole in the Rock, okay? That crack right there, in 1879, so 120, 45 years ago, John Taylor called these people to come from Cedar City, Utah, and like around Powell in that area, to settle, to move from southwestern Utah to southeastern Utah, and they settled in Bluff, that little town we drove through. It's called the San Juan Mission, and there was about 200 to 250 people, and they had 90 wagons that came through that crevice. And at that time, this wasn't a lake, it was the Colorado River. And so they ferried, obviously this trail went down further into the water, and the Colorado River is right over there. And see where we're looking out right across there? That's called Cottonwood Canyon. And they took their wagons up through those two rocks there up on the top of that hill. And they started another adventure that took them they ended up in Bluff, Utah. But there are about 200 to 250 people. They had 90 wagons. They don't know how many head of cattle, probably several hundred head of cattle that they brought with them, and horses and stuff like that. And it took them, they left, and they thought it'd take them 6 weeks. They left about the first part of October in 1879. And they got here, it was pretty easy the first few miles to get to the top of this hill here, the top of this crack. It probably took them about 6 weeks to get there. Then it took them 6 weeks to blast out this hole in the rock with dynamite. And they had a bunch of these people from England. They used to work in the mines in England and stuff, so they're used to doing that type of work, underground mine, kind of like your dad did at one time in his life. And so they are used to that. On this venture, this voyage, 3 babies were born. Most of these people were young. Like the oldest one was probably like my age. I'm 55. His name was Jens Nilsson, and he became the first bishop of Bluff. He's a bishop for 25 years. But before that time, he came across the plains of the handcart people, and he got frostbite so bad he couldn't hardly walk. I think he lost some toes. His wife threw him, he's gonna die. His wife threw him back in a handcart and pulled him. Until the rescue party came and saved him. One reason this is so special to me is because my great-great-grandfather and grandmother came down here on both sides of my family. My Barton relatives and the Jones relatives. The Bartons I know more about. They had 2 little babies that came down through this hole. And my grandfather Barton had 2 blind mules. They didn't want to come, these horses didn't want to come down the hole because they could see what was below there. So they got these 2 blind mules, and they were the first ones down. They let them down. And they had to block those wagon wheels so they wouldn't turn. They kind of just skidded down. This first area is a pretty big drop. Now obviously there's probably been rocks and stuff filled in since 1880, 1879. But that's the same way they came down, and then they used that to go back and forth for about 18 months. They go up it too, back and forth. And today in Bluff, you probably drove through it and it was almost dark the other day, but it's just a small town. It has about 250, maybe more people now. They're kind of building some motels and stuff there. So that's how my ancestors got to where they lived in Monticello, not far from there, about 50 miles. And I've been, last year I brought the priest, and we ended up at the top of this mountain, this hill over here, on a Jeep trip. It's about 50 miles up from the other side to the top of that hill. You can actually see the hole in the rock from there.
Did you use a ferry to get across the water over to the other side, or?
Yeah, there was a man named Charlie Hall and he built some ferries, and they ferried them across all those wagons and cattle and everything across the river to the other side.
That's why it's called Hall's Crossing.
That's what Hall's Crossing is named after him. So anyway, it's kind of a cool story. Those pioneers had a lot of faith. It took them 6 months. They left the first part of April or October and got there April 6th, 1880. So right in the middle of winter.
Jason the farrier is going to climb up that mountain, so this may or may not be our last episode. We'll stay tuned.
Oh,
Jason the farrier made it back down the mountain. Here he is.
Jake,
Hey, Sydney. We made it the hole in the rock. This is what we do in our free time with Jason the Farrier. What a good day.
I guess there'll be another episode. That's Jason, the farrier up there. We think he's gonna jump. Oh, he's waiting.
yeah, we're sitting right here, so.
This is where the other people were sitting. Okay, he's waiting for Guy. Let's see if he does a cannonball. He's been doing dives lately off the boat. Here we go. Woo!
He plugged his
Let's hope he comes back up. Oh, there he is. Okay.
kind of high. Oh my gosh, I can't believe he jumped.
Here goes Guy.
Yeah, let's see it. Woo! Wow!
The little girl on the tube broke her arm, so she just hangs out in the tube. Okay. We're gonna get our friends.
Look how cute.
Okay, now.
Wait! Wait! No, it's good.
Oh,
Good. Go! Go!
I need to reverse it, Mom. I need to reverse it.
You all have to go at the
Go!
same time.
Oh, yeah. They need to hurry and go.
Yeah.
Go! 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 Go!
One,
Hurry before I get on you.
3, go. Woo! They all like. Woo!
Inspirational.
Okay, you probably want back.
Go, baby, all right.
Back to Jason the Farrier. Yesterday you saw us on Lake Powell, and we stopped at the hole in the rock. And I kind of told you a brief history of the people that came through the hole in the rock. And then you saw me and my friend Jake Booth. We walked up to the top of the hole in the rock, up to the top of that crevice, and came back down. It took us about 2 hours to do that little journey. It was exciting and kind of wore me out. But this here, we're in Bluff, Utah right now. As you can see, it says the Bluff Fort. Those people that went through the hole in the rock settled here in Bluff, Utah at the end of that journey. It took them, like I said before, 6 months, and it's 250 people. Today the size of Bluff is about 250 to 300 people. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has made a kind of a reenactment or a replica of the Bluff Fort from 1880, and it's right here in Bluff, and there's several. This is a replica, one of the wagons, and there are several cabins and buildings around here that are replica of, and they take people on historical tours this site every day. And so I thought to end this little segment, we'd show you where these people ended up, some of my ancestors, and what a significance it's been to me in my life. Now, yesterday was a long ways away from here on Lake Powell, and it was way exciting. Walking up that hole, I got to experience a tiny bit of their trials. I had a lot of adventure the last several days on Lake Powell. So hopefully this is exciting to you and informative. I'm so glad to share it with you. What an exciting week I've had with my family and the booths at Lake Powell. We're going to sign off for now, but don't forget to like and subscribe. We're excited to have your subscriptions and leave your comments too. We're excited to hear from you. This is Jason the Farrier. Thank you.